If you are thinking about moving to DFW, chances are you have come across these three cities: Frisco, Prosper, and Celina. All offer something different. They have different lifestyle, different culture, and different amenities. But which one is right for you? Well, in today's video, I'm going to talk about everything you need to know about each city so you can decide which city might fit best for your needs. We're going to talk about commute times, parks and restaurants, amenities, culture, lifestyle, and schools. So make sure you stick around so you can make a good, informed decision. And if you're wondering, who's this crazy British guy talking to me? Well, yes, I am British, not Australian like most people think. My name is Mike Farish. I'm one of the top agents here in DFW, in the top 500, ranked in the top 1.5 nationally. And if you are new to the channel, firstly, welcome. If you're one of my loyal subscribers, welcome back. Do click the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. We put videos out every single week about what it's like to live, eat, work, live, sleep, drink, live again here in DFW. So if you want all the information, just click that button. But let's get into the Battle of North Dallas. Frisco, Prosper, and Celina. Which one is better? All right, so we're actually going to start our journey off in Frisco, and I'm here in downtown Frisco. We got a beautiful day. Spin the camera around, you see how pretty the downtown area is, which are for some doggy landmines behind me. But Frisco has about 220,000 people here at the moment, and it's still growing. Now, it was just a very small agricultural town in the early 1900s, and it's had exponential growth, definitely over the past 10 years. Now, back when it was first founded, it was just a real small farming community, agricultural community that had a rail line go all the way through that would take produce and agriculture to different states, as kind of noted in this little monument behind me, going back to its heritage. So, and one of the best things about Frisco is it's actually just been ranked the #1 place in Texas for safety. So that actually goes for the majority of DFW. We're very, very safe metropolitan area, but Frisco ranks #1, which is fantastic. Now, the average home price in Frisco has also jumped, definitely over the past couple of years since the COVID pandemic pushed all the prices up, but the average home price here is right around $700,000. Now, if I'm going to be real with you, there's a lot of new construction here, so a lot of the new construction here you're not going to be able to find for $700,000. You might possibly be able to break into the very, very low end, but once you put in upgrades and lot premiums, etc., chances are your median price point on new construction, at least, is going to be around $850,000. If you can even get that, that's kind of a steal, because most of them here are going to be over $1 million in new construction. The $700,000 is probably going to get you a kind of comfortable 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-story home here. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the lifestyle and amenities in Frisco. Frisco is kind of one of the biggest cities in the DFW Metroplex. It does have a lot of skyscrapers, tall buildings, a lot of businesses moving in here. It's a huge job hub, especially in the IT sector. But in terms of things to do, it's got pretty much everything. Every shop, every restaurant you can think of pretty much resides in Frisco. And the other cities that we're going to talk about, Prosper and Celina, if you're going for their amenities, they all pretty much have to come down to Frisco for it. Now, if you're a sports enthusiast, Frisco is a place for you. We have the Frisco Rough Riders here. There's the National Soccer Hall of Fame. There's the Dallas Stars ice hockey training facilities here, and FC Dallas are here as well. And there's actually talk of, when the 2026 Soccer World Cup is hosted here, that Frisco is going to be one of the host cities to host one of the international teams here. And also, in recent developments, this has been huge all over the news for Frisco. PJ headquarters, which are going to host the PJ Championships at their courses. The Frisco schools are actually going to train there as well, but then also Universal Studios have started breaking ground for a new theme park here as well. So it's all happening in Frisco. It's going to be more kind of little hustle and bustle than the other two cities that we're going to look at. Now, commute times, if we're looking into going to downtown Dallas, you're going to jump on the Dallas North Tollway, and it's going to be probably about a 30-35 minute commute down into downtown Dallas, traffic depending. Now, to go to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, it's going to be roughly about the same 30 minutes. You're going to go east-west on Highway 121, another fast highway, obviously traffic depending on that as well. Now, Frisco is 69 square miles, so it's one of the larger cities in Collin County and in DFW. So they do still have quite a lot of room for development as well, which is very, very exciting, because we get some really cool stuff in here. And a lot of companies that are currently out of state in places like California, New York, Frisco is really top of the leaderboard when they're looking for places to relocate to. So it's really exciting. There's always someone moving in here. Now, let me get onto the Frisco schools. Now, Frisco has one of the best school districts in the state of Texas, ranked within the top 10. Now, it has 67,000 students. There's 12 high schools, 18 middle schools, and 43 elementary schools. Now, they are typically very busy places. It can feel somewhat crowded if I'm going to kind of do pros and cons here. They have a student-to-teacher ratio of about 26. So if you're not a fan of large classrooms, Frisco might not be the place for you. It is starting to feel that kind of getting that congested feel to it. But if you like kind of city life, stuff to do, things all around you, then Frisco would be a great place to look into. And of course, I'm sure you're aware we have the Frisco Star, which is actually where the Dallas Cowboys train, which is really cool because because there's such a big epicenter for jobs here, you can actually get an office up there if you're looking to work around the area, and you can actually sit out and you can watch the Cowboys train, which is really cool. But they've also got some great restaurants. If you like sushi, Sushi Marquee is fantastic. And then Ascension Coffee if you like coffee shops. So, but it's a real cool place to go sit out, chill out, and have some lunch or dinner. And then it's got an area for the kids to play as well. So that's kind of a big staple. You'll probably see a lot of videos about the Star, but because it is kind of one of the staples of Frisco, and it's really cool. All right, let me talk about shopping and restaurants in Frisco. Pretty much whatever you need is in this city. There is the Stonebriar Mall, which is an indoor shopping mall. It has all your kind of common stores that you might want, like Dick's, Macy's, Dillard's, Nordstrom, Lego store. Love me some Lego. As you've probably seen some of my other videos. In terms of restaurants, anything you want really. If you want Asian, Italian, buffet, chicken wings, barbecue, it's all here. Literally any food you want, you can find here. And then coffee shops, if you just kind of like casual, chill out dining, I guess, or hanging out with friends. There's a bunch of really cool coffee shops around here. So you're going to be spoiled for choice. Frisco really is kind of the city of all cities outside of Dallas. It's going to be, I guess, my best way to put that. It's really cool. It is a little bit hustle and bustle, so it does get kind of busy and congested. But if that's your thing, Frisco's a really, really great place to live. Really can't knock it whatsoever. In terms of movie theaters, there's 3 or 4 in the city available to you. There's also kind of trampoline parks for kids and just parks in general. There's over 50 parks within Frisco. So it's definitely more developed than Prosper and Celina. In fact, if you wanted to, if you're looking for amenities and you live in Prosper and Celina, a lot of the times you have to come into Frisco. But I'm going to get into that a little bit later in the video. So that's my kind of spiel on Frisco. Can't knock it. It's a great little place to live in, especially on a day like today. All right, so now we're going to go and check out Prosper. Now, Prosper is a small city. It's only 22 square miles. It's short, but it's wide. There's currently about 30,000 people that live here, but there's still a lot of development to happen. And in the next 15 years or so, they expect that to kind of be built out to about 78 to 85,000 residents will live here, and that will be it completely built out. Now, Prosper is very highly regarded for its ISD. A lot of people move here for its school district, but also has some of the best neighborhoods in DFW. Now, Mustang Lakes is one of my favorites, and also Windsong Ranch, which kind of went viral a couple of years ago because it's one of the only places in the United States that has a lagoon, and I think the lagoon is about a mile long. It is crazy. And if you haven't seen any of those, make sure you click the subscribe button and you can check out some of my other videos as well. But in the meantime, let's go and check out Prosper. All right, welcome to Prosper. Prosper is a really great city. It's really developed a lot over the past 3 or 4 years. Now, it's a small city. It's only 22 square miles. It's short, but it's wide. There's actually only about 5 miles between the south end of Prosper and the north side of Prosper, between Frisco and Celina. Now, the average home price here is actually right at $885,000, and a lot of high-end communities here in Prosper. Now, a lot of that is driven by new construction. Again, just continuing that development, and those what drives that higher cost of living is really people's desire to be in this school district. It's one of the highest rated school districts in the state. There's 24 schools here. There are 14 elementary schools, 4 middle schools, 3 high schools, making sure I don't get run over, but they have a 15-to-1 student-teacher ratio, which actually makes it one of the lowest in the state, for that, way below the average, but they are well renowned and kind of went viral for their football stadium, which holds 12,000 people. That actually makes it larger. I'm a big soccer fan, obviously from the UK, makes it larger than a lot of our Premier League elite soccer stadiums back at home. It's just absolutely wild to think about. But that drives a lot of people in here, especially parents who want their kids to get into athletics. They are well known for their athletic program here, and obviously having the lure of a 12,000-seater stadium is quite attractive. All right, so commute times into Dallas and our airports. Prosper is actually sat in pretty much a prime location because of its how it's laid out, because it's short, but again a little bit wide. It's actually got a great location onto the Dallas North Tollway, which is going to be your main access north and south. So getting down into Dallas, or I should say getting onto the tollway, no matter where you live really in Prosper, it's going to be probably maximum 5 minutes for you to get on there. And to get down to Dallas, once you get on the tollway, it's going to take you probably 30 minutes, maybe 40 with some traffic. Now to get to DFW Airport, again, you're probably looking at that. Possibly you could do it 25 miles an hour, probably within 25 minutes. Depending on traffic, could bump that up to 40. Now to get to Frisco, really you're looking at probably a maximum of 5 to 10 minutes. So it's really in a prime location for commuters, especially those who commute into work, into places like Frisco, even Plano, and even downtown Dallas. It's still a reasonable drive to make. All right, let's talk about the city, the culture, and the amenities here. Now, Prosper is a more affluent city, kind of reflected in the house prices that we just discussed, but it is a phenomenal city to live in. I like that word, phenomenal. We use it a lot. But it's transitioned out of the small town that it once was, a small agricultural town, and is fully developed into a fully functioning city. So you can get a lot of your everyday things that you need here. Shopping, there is Walmart, there's Kroger, 2 big grocery stores there. Pretty much any food you want is more or less offered here in Prosper now. And then we have places like Dick's Sporting Goods, Home Goods, Kohl's, Hobby Lobby, which is pretty much where the whole of my credit card goes every single month when my wife goes in there. But there is a lot of stuff to do around here. Lots of cool places to hang out. Downtown, there's currently redeveloping this, and it's going to be a really, really cool entertainment district. So they have this is what I love. They've kept the old silos from the farming when Prosper was back in the day. And they've developed that into a kind of food truck entertainment live music venue. There is a new brewery going in. There's a wine house. Apparently they like to drink here, but it's going to be a really cool entertainment district for you to come and chill out, hang out. Kids have room and opportunities to play. Actually, if I spin the camera around, you'll see they are setting up currently for a live event here this Saturday. And that's the stuff that's really cool. That's what I love about Prosper, is there's usually always something going on, and the people here, again, they're super nice. So we like Prosper. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Celina now. Celina is 42 square miles in area, which makes it one of the largest areas or largest cities in Collin County. Now, there's 55,000 people that currently live here, which sounds pretty decent, but if you actually go back about 5 to maybe 10 years, that number was no more than 20,000, and really back in the early 2000s, you'd be lucky if there's 3,000 people living here. So it's substantially increased, and it's continuing to increase. This is actually one of the fastest growing cities in the whole of America. So in 5 years time, in 2029, they are expecting that number to be around 150,000 people that live here. And in 10 years time, in 2034, you can tell math's my real strong point. In 2034, they're expecting that number to be around 350,000 people, which shows it's actually going to really eclipse the big city of Frisco that we've just been in. Now, average home prices here are right around $578,000, which has substantially increased, almost doubled in value, really over the past 2 or 3 years since the pandemic. Such is the growth and such is demand of people who want to live in Celina. Now, a lot of that is driven by new construction. Like I said, so many people are moving in here that our inventory can't keep up. And really, people ask, well, what's driving that? Well, Celina, the community feel and the culture here is just super appealing to people. It's very family orientated. It's very much like what you'd want small town Texas living to be. I'm actually in downtown right now. You can see how pretty it is. Really feels like a small town Texas town. So that drives a lot of people who want to be here. The city did a really good job of bringing people together. So that could be like a splash and blast event where they bring in water slides. It could be touch a truck where they bring in all the construction vehicles for young kids. They have Christmas on the Square, and they have farmers markets the first Friday of every month. So all those things bring people together, and it's got this really great community feel where you feel like you know everyone who lives here, even though you don't. You feel like you do. You'll see familiar faces walking around, and that's a big driving factor for why Celina is so popular. Right, so Celina Schools, there's currently around 3,500 students that are in the ISD. There's one high school that will eventually get developed into two in a couple of years' time, one large middle school and 3 elementary schools. Now, there's currently about a 21 student to teacher ratio. Now, Celina is very well renowned for its athletic department. They are very, very successful, but a lot of the culture is on developing the students as just kind of being good people. That's my easiest way to put it. Building strong moral character, building good, healthy relationships. So that's kind of their main focus, but they are very successful too. So Celina is very well renowned for its boys football team. The girls just won state soccer for the 3rd time in a row. The band has just won state, and the cheerleaders just won state as well. So very good athletic department and very, very good academically as well. And commute times, if commute times are important to you, well, going into downtown Dallas, you're going to be looking at probably just over an hour. It's going to take you about 30 minutes to get from Celina to 380 and the Dallas North Tollway. That's currently where it stops now. It is, again, being developed further up here, so that commute time will drop. But at the moment, it's going to take you about 30 minutes to get to the tollway, and then about 30 minutes, if not maybe a little bit longer, to get down into downtown Dallas. Now, to get to DFW Airport, it's going to be kind of the same thing. It's going to be about probably 50 to maybe just over an hour long drive, depending on the traffic. And again, you're going to have to head down to 380 and the tollway before you get, till you get on the tollway, and that's when you can actually start picking up some speed and going. So commute times in Celina, you are going to be a little bit longer, but again, they will get cut down once the tollway gets built up. Now, going to areas like Frisco and Prosper. To Prosper, you're looking at about probably a 15-minute drive, and into Frisco, again, depending on traffic and stoplights, you're probably looking at about a 30-minute drive. All right, so let's talk about what there is to do here in Celina and kind of the amenities around the area. Honestly, there's not a whole bunch, because Celina is, if you don't know by now, and I haven't told you enough times, is rapidly growing. But those things haven't yet come. So if you want to go like bowling and go to the movies, then you're going to have to go into places like Prosper and Frisco that we've just mentioned. Now, the thing is with Celina, it's going to be more community events hosted by the city, or you'll go and watch the Celina Bobcats play football on a Friday night like the local high school team. So those things don't quite exist yet. Give it a few years and we'll start to see more corporate businesses moving in. Now, we are starting to get a couple more things, like Lowe's has announced that they're coming in, a couple of grocery stores. So if you're kind of old like me, that's super exciting. But also some restaurants are coming in. So we can expect places like Chipotle, Piada Street Italian food, and Torchy's Taco, I believe, have all announced that they're coming in here. So it's starting to make its way up here, but not quite yet. All right, so that was the great North Dallas battle of which city is better, Frisco, Prosper, or Celina. And in all honesty, only you can choose. All three are amazing cities, but they all offer different lifestyle, different culture, and different amenities around the area. So it's really totally up to you. Now, I personally prefer that slower lifestyle, so I actually live here in Celina now. If you don't like me, you don't like these videos, don't move to Celina, because you will see me about. So, but no, I prefer the kind of slow, more laid-back lifestyle. So Celina fits me, and it's great. I love the people here. But really, in all honesty, if you move to Frisco, if you move to Prosper, all are phenomenal cities, and I'm sure you would love living in any one. So leave me a comment below which one you think you would prefer to live in. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you haven't done so already, please do click that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications if you found the video useful. Tell some YouTube people that other people might want to see this, so it does help me out. But until next time, appreciate you watching the video, and as always, remember that Brits sell best. Bye-bye.